Howdy, folks. I'm the Vicious Violet Vinyl Virus.
I'm Amber.
And here's some vinyl infections.
Luckily, none of us are made of vinyl, so...
Yes, where's your vinyl records at today? Alright, folks, we've got a few good stories for you here today, and the first one of which is titled, Am I a Jerk for Breaking My Boyfriend's Trust and Telling a Girl That I Barely Know That Her Boyfriend Was Sharing Her Intimate Photos? Not good. So the title says it all. My boyfriend got a text and I saw that it was a intimate photo of a girl that I knew from school. I thought that she had sent it to him and was obviously upset. He said that it was a text from his friend who is sleeping with her. He let me look at his phone and it was true. There were also multiple texts from him to his friend telling him to stop sending him these pictures. I ran into the girl a few days later and I told her that her boyfriend was sharing her pictures with all of his friends. She was livid and embarrassed. She thanked me and I didn't think about it again. Well, yesterday I found out that she had wiped his phone and computer to factory settings. She went into his cloud and deleted everything there. She went scorched earth. My boyfriend says that I should not have said anything because now his friend is mad at him for telling me. I don't think that I did anything wrong. My boyfriend did not specifically ask me not to do anything about what I saw. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. And even if your boyfriend had told you not to tell, you still should tell her because she has a right to know what's happening with her photos.
Yeah.
Like, what her boyfriend is doing is disgusting. And why is your boyfriend even friends with a guy who shares photos of someone without their consent like this?
Well, I can tell you why, is because they've sent each other all a message saying, please don't send us this stuff so that they can have plausible deniability when their girlfriends see their phones. That's why, if I had to put some money on it.
Right, well, and like... So your boyfriend's priorities are very wrong here. Like,
Yeah.
Why is he not concerned for the girl who is having her nudes shared without her consent?
Yeah, exactly.
OP, no, you absolutely did not do anything wrong by telling her. She needed to know. It's not okay to go around sharing someone's photos without their consent like that. Like, what he did is absolutely disgusting, and your boyfriend is gross for being complicit in this.
Yeah, your boyfriend is complicit in a crime. Probably a crime. This is actually illegal in many places, and what they're doing here is morally wrong. It's not good. You should not be doing this. If you don't have consent from somebody to share their intimate photos, then don't. That's really what it boils down to. Plain and simple. You don't get to share people's photos without their permission, and especially ones of these natures. And I would also seriously consider this relationship that you're in with your boyfriend. I would check and make sure that your intimate photos haven't been shared too. And I mean, this is not a good situation, because if they do have this little agreement between them where they can have plausible deniability, then that's not good.
Yeah, kind of all bets are off. And do you really want to be with someone, even if he hasn't shared any photos or something, do you really want to be with someone who is upset at you for helping out this poor woman and not upset at the man who's been sharing her photos without her consent?
Yeah, I would have serious reservations about this relationship if I were OP. I don't know that I would be able to trust my boyfriend after this, because he's certainly on the wrong side here. And unless he changes tune pretty quickly and it's like, I overreacted, then I would really, because he's really on the wrong side here. He really should be sticking up for the person who's been victimized, and he had plenty of opportunities to tell her, and he chose not to. So again, like, he allowed the damage to continue.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, no, don't keep sending these, instead of actually going to the person who's being hurt. He wasn't like, you need to stop doing this, I'm telling her, or anything like that. He was like, no, please don't
stop.
send them.
Why are you... I'm so offended by, that scene in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when Willy Wonka's like, oh no, please stop, don't do that. That's your boyfriend right there. That's the vision I have in my head. So, that's my advice. Let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Sam Jim says, info, how old is the other girl? And OP replies, we're all adults. I'm not putting anything up about any other identifying information than that, which is understandable. And I did want to read that comment because I think that it's important to know that these are all adults, so this isn't even worse of a situation, which is minorly better. And Gizmosis says, not the jerk, and I would be wary about your boyfriend caring more about what his friend thinks than this poor girl's intimate photos being shared without her consent. Exactly. And Projected Spirit says, not the jerk, and the fact that your boyfriend is mad at you is a huge red flag. It is. And Mitsuhashi says, I know a dude who would definitely not get any more intimate photos from me in OP's place. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Giving My Wife Her Birthday Gift Early to Keep My Mother-in-Law from Stealing the Idea? My wife just had her 40th birthday. For several weeks, she's been talking about a special event that she wants to attend. I won't mention what to maintain anonymity, so I bought her tickets. My mother-in-law wrote to me asking for ideas for my wife's birthday, and I told her my wife's favorite restaurants, and also what my wife had expressed to me that she wants to do for a family gathering. Mother-in-law insisted that she wanted to do some sort of activity with my wife, not go out to eat. So I told my mother-in-law about the special event that I had already bought tickets for. For the next several days, mother-in-law was acting very sketchy. She insisted that she and her daughter meet up for a girls' day. I read the writing on the wall and assumed that my mother-in-law wanted to steal my gift-giving thunder. So I surprised my wife with the tickets the day before she went to meet up with her mom. Sure enough, mother-in-law did buy her another set of tickets to the event. Told my wife that she had overheard her talking about it and that she wanted to surprise her before her birthday. My wife told her that that was very kind, but she already had tickets from me. Maybe she, mother-in-law, could find someone who wanted to join and we could all go together. That would be fun. Mother-in-law took it in stride that day, so I hear. I wasn't there, but the next day she called me and told me that I was horrible for giving her her gift early. I asked her why she bought the tickets to the same event and why she tried to give her the gift early if I'm horrible for doing the same thing. She told me that it's her right as a mother and that I was horrible. She then hung up on me. So am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. What is her deal here? Like, she wants to be the one giving the big, exciting gift. And being her mother does not give her more of a right. Like, Opie went out of his way to get something he knew his wife was going to like. And then her mom just is like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to take his idea and do it first so I can get all the credit. And he looks like the copycat.
Yeah, and that's the real big problem here, because instead of taking time to understand her daughter and figuring out what would really mean a lot to her, she decided to take someone else's hard work and try to claim it as her own. And that's just not right here. And I think that she got what she deserved here. How is OP supposed to even know that she had bought those tickets?
Right, exactly. Like, he told her, oh, I bought tickets. Like, I think it's safe to assume, usually if you tell someone you've already bought something, that they're not going to buy the same gift. So he has plausible deniability there.
Oh yeah, I think he has more than plausible deniability here. She should have known better, and just because she's bitter that she didn't get to give the gift first doesn't mean that OP's in the wrong.
Like, it sounds like she really just wanted to upstage him for the daughter's birthday. I don't know if it's some sort of, like, trying to prove that she knows the daughter better and is the most important person in her life or something. Like, I understand it's hard. Your kids get old, they grow up, they become different people and married people and whatnot. But, like, just don't steal other people's thunder, except that your kid has a life that doesn't include you as well as one that does. And, like... Yeah,
and OP also gave her some ideas. And... she just didn't want to do that. She just was like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. And she could have done something else, but she then chose to actually take OP's idea. I think that was pretty low of her, to be quite honest. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Normal Hall 2445 says, not the jerk, but why did you even mention it in the first place rather than give her other ideas that she could use? And OP replies, because my wife mentions this semi-regularly, and I wanted to avoid double gifting. So this, again, wasn't out of maliciousness on OP's part. And Nicola83 says, well played, chef's kiss. And TGAH says, haha, beat her at her own game, not the jerk. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Wife the Truth? A little backstory. My wife and I met at 21. We've been very happy together ever since. We got married at 28 when she was pregnant with our daughter. I work full-time in a very high-stress job, but a lucrative field. My wife stays at home and takes care of her little girl and the household. We're both 33. Lately, we have been fighting a lot, mostly about the workload. I've tried to be understanding. I now leave work 30 minutes early every day to pick up our daughter from school. A few weeks ago, my wife really went off and kept ranting about hiring a cleaning lady so that she wasn't always overstressed. Red flags started going off in my head, but I kept my concerns to myself. Our house is only 2,700 square feet, and it's only 3 humans and 2 dogs. Not exactly a huge load of responsibility-wise. It's a pretty big house.
Yeah.
I figured that she would cool off and calm down in a few days. Nope. She started demanding that I let her know what wage that I would be willing to pay. She wants to put out ads. I told her that I would take care of it. Instead, I grabbed my assistant at work and I sat him on my laptop for the week with the password to my family's home security. She averaged around 2 hours a day of activity. 7 a.m., wake up and get our daughter ready for the bus. 8:15, back to bed, dogs left unwalked and unfed. 11:10 to 2, wake up again, let the dogs out, back for nowhere near long enough, throw food in the bowls for them, order breakfast and coffee, text message me about the ridiculous amount of dishes that she has from breakfast for her and my daughter that they created. A single bowl of cereal and a single spoon in reality. Lounge around and watch TV and scroll on her phone. 2 to 3:30, very minimalistic cleaning, mostly things that are glaringly obvious. Text me while doing so, vastly inflating the difficulty and level of actual dirt. 3:30, I pull in after picking up my daughter. This was all of last week and most of the week before. I confronted her on Friday and I told her that I wouldn't be hiring anyone and that she really needs to pull it together. She's contributing almost nothing and is complaining and lying about the little that she does do. That obviously didn't go over well. She lost the plot and just continues to lie about her workload. Am I the jerk here? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk, or maybe a little bit of everything?
I think everyone's the jerk here. Like, certainly it's important for both partners to be pulling their weight in a relationship, but if you're at the point of using your employees to spy on your partner, that is really not okay, and that is a sign your marriage is not healthy at all.
Maybe it's time for your wife to go back to work. Maybe this doing the house chores and stuff like that are unfulfilling for her. Maybe she's bored. Maybe she's unmotivated for it, and maybe she's struggling with mental health. And maybe this is something that you two should sit down and work through and try to find the root of the problem. And if she is just feeling like any amount of work on the house is just too much because it's so unmotivating and so uninspiring, then maybe even like a job that pays a low wage would be better for her, because it's going to help her feel like she has something that she can work towards and something to do and keep her preoccupied. So that the work schedule that you showed me makes me feel like she's just depressed, honestly. I mean, I don't know that that's the case or not, but I mean, I would definitely sit down and ask her about that.
Yeah, well, especially where she's not feeding the dogs and taking them out immediately. Like, it does seem like she may be having some sort of mental health crisis going on, and it's not necessarily like she could be outright lying, but I think it's also very likely that she's just having a hard time and doesn't know how to express it or explain it other than by, it may be that the work really does feel like a time.
Oh yeah, I would ask yourself, do you feel like your wife is lying? Does she feel like she's convinced of what she's saying?
Because she's also doubling down and still saying it. And some people do double down when they lie, but it could just be that it very well feels overwhelming because there's something else not right. Either the work is unfulfilling or she's just having a rough go of it and it just feels like too much. And OP is also very dismissive in this post, which may be contributing to issues like it may even feel bigger in her mind just because of how dismissive he is. Well, it's 3 people and 2 dogs in 2,700 square feet, as if that's a trivial amount. Like, I imagine 3 humans, including a tiny one, and a couple of dogs can make quite a bit of a mess.
Yeah, 2,700 square feet, like Amber said. There's still a lot of dusting and other stuff, and I'm sure there's laundry to do.
Yeah, well,
and other
who's doing work when you're home? Like, is it split, or is she like doing the dinner and still doing work when you get home?
Yeah, so I think that this is a little bit of an incomplete picture, but I do think that this needs like massive marriage counseling.
Absolutely, and because there's clearly no trust in this relationship. If your go-to is to pull in your employee and be like, hey, I'm going to use your time. Instead of having you do your actual work, I'm just going to have you spy on my wife for a week. Like, that is a big red flag for your relationship.
Yeah, I think it was a bit much to take. I certainly think that if she's lying and she's just sincerely not wanting to pull her weight, then that really puts her in the wrong here. If this is more like she's really trying and it just is overwhelming for her for one reason or another, then that really needs to be addressed on its own terms, right? And again, maybe just saying, do you even want to do this work at home? And talking about the options beyond that, being like, we can, gussy up your resume, help you find a place that might be more fulfilling. It just might be that she's done with this. Let me know what you folks think, though. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. And I've got some tea right here. And Amber, she has a joke of sorts.
What is a smartphone's favorite snack?
Oh, I can tell you exactly what a smartphone's favorite snack is because my smartphone has eaten it many times. It's dirt when it falls out of my pocket and dives its way to the ground to eat the floor that it's at. So that's its favorite food. Clearly, it just enjoys eating dirt. That's the only explanation I have for why it would leap out of my pocket and collide with the ground on a semi-regular basis.
That's your smartphone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amber's favorite smartphone food is chips.
Yeah, computer chips. My smartphone has a case, so she doesn't get to eat dirt.
Yeah, mine does not have a case. It hasn't fallen for a little while, but my screen is not very happy. And it hasn't been for a long time. And I have licorice spice. You think I would go ahead and get a case after I've dropped my phone a few times, but it's just made me a more careful phone owner. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Tuesday, spelled TWO. Amber, we need some kind of moral guidance, and please have it the slogan for a company that might be very shady.
I feel like you're looking for an anti-moral because
I'm anti-moral. Well, I would never.
You said a shady company, so what's up with your wife? Why not hire our spies here at Super Shady Spy Company? That is not immoral, but that's all I could come up with because Brian said shady.
Yes, that would be a bad moral to have. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.